Hi guys, so today we'll be doing the loops condition and passing project, and we're way behind here. And all you need to do is go through this resource. This one talks about writing bash scripts with using loops, using the for loops, especially, and then variable assignment and arithmetic, comparison, equator. They are simple styles and simple content, and they are not that bulky, so you can go through all these results. And then this one talks about how to make your shebang line more portable. Then you can man these guys as well, just to know their function. I think these ones would be very handy. It will be the ones that we'll be using most. And then this one would be used when we need to make our scripts portable. And also we have the cut command, which is used um, to remove some set of um, strings from probably a file or whatever it may be. So let's get started to the task. Let's dive deep into it. Um, so to make our scripts portable, instead of writing the shebang and then bin slash bash, we'll replace it with this. And this is just what this last guy is talking about. I mean, this last material. So it's just talking about portability. And what this does is that with this environment variable, that it's in case we have probably two bash program in our file. It looks for the best, the first available one, and it uses it. So it uses over this bin bash. You should know how to use the while loop, else, if else, cut command, and all that. So use emacs. You're not allowed to use all. So you should pass shell check. Shell check is used um, to check to shell or bash script writing style. And yes, that's it. We'll need to install this shell check. Let me see which um did I get it right. Shell check. Okay, we don't have it, so pip3 install. I'm not sure if it's pip3 shell check. Let's see if that installs. But anyway, we need that. And then oh, I think they even gave us how to install it here. So let me just cancel this installation process and follow it. It's a tool that help you write proper bash scripts, right? It will make recommendations on your syntax and semantics, and provide advanced on head cases, blah blah blah. So all your bash scripts should pass shell check without any error, or you will not get any point on the task. Shell check is available on the school's computer. If you want to use it on your own computer, here's how to install it. So we have to check how to install shell check to make sure we are writing the right thing. So your code might be correct, might be giving you the right outputs, but the syntax in which you write them might not be correct. So you need to use shell check to correct your syntax. So while that is loading, let me check on something else. So for example, I think this is just in cases of where your code is working but it's not in shell check syntax, and then you have to re-edit it to make it pass shell check, and then revalidate it and showing that it passes shell check. And you see some errors like let's see, we have a variable here, and then some unused variable echo var. So shell check, it said bat script. Why? Unused variable. So unused variable because we didn't probably use that variable, and it's a bad way because it's like we are just taking memory, taking space. So we need to probably use it. Or so now it's being used here, and when we did shell check, it didn't give us any error, showing that we use this variable, this unused variable, and then that passes the check. So let's see how it's been installed here. I don't know why this thing is freezing. Okay, so um what's going on here? What's going on? Am I on the right track? Uh Shell check, right? So let me click on this readme. Where is how to install this guy? I think I'll just use on system with uh Kaba install shell check. On Linux base, I think I'm gonna go with this. I think we should go with that. So far, yep. So let's try that. So pacman-s shell check. Let's see if this is going to install it. Anyway, let's go back to our task, and then so that's all for shell check. Um, so I don't know why it's not loading yet. We're supposed to get something, or let me just say I wanted to interrupt it apt install pacman, so we need to install pacman itself. Install pacman. So we install pacman, and then we use pacman to install shell check. And while that is still loading, um, create a SSH RSA key pair. So RSA key pair is used to SSH into a server where we kind of have a key pair um, algorithm, like a padlock and a key, and the padlock is on our server, the key is on our computer, and then with the computer we can log in to the server, because the key on the computer will be used to unlock the padlock. That's just a simple analogy of how that works, and anyone with that key will be able to unlock your server. So the key is saved somewhere on your system, in a secured location. So um, you don't need to be entering password, and you're not using it all the time. Like, it's not visible to people. But anyone that kind of hack into your system might still be able to get the key, but it's more secure compared to using passwords. So in the future project, um, ALX would need to use that public key that will be generated from this RSA pair key to configure your server, and then um, the private key that you generate will then be used to log in into that server. I hope you understand that. So so that's all for that. This is still loading. I don't know what's wrong, but let's see. Okay, it's still loading. So read for these tags we use. So if you're using Linux and Mac OS user, and if you're a Windows user, so you want to probably use this. And then you can also man SSH keygen. This is the basic command that will help us generate the um the SSH key. We could also use a -b flag, which adds the length of the SSH key. So we can say SSH keygen -b, and a byte, like 4096 bytes, showing that we have a much more larger key pair. Like the RSA keys and public key and private key are, let's say, probably 60 character long by extending the amount of the bytes, we can make it even much more longer. Okay, so that's basically that, and so that's it. So the RSA public key and private key is basically majorly stored in our root.ssh folder, directory. Inside the root there's a .ssh directory, and inside the .ssh directory we have the public, and we could have the private key as well. So we use that for that. So basically that's it, and I'm just waiting for this guy to load. You can forward it to where we started the task if you're still here. Okay, so I don't know why this is taking time to load. This is taking too much time. Let me add. Okay, it means I was going to press the LLL. So this is taking too much time than usual. That's good now. Let me check on this again. Okay, I think we're good now. Sorry, it's supposed to be here. So then we'll then install pacman-s cell check. So let me just run that and run this. Okay, let me just think this is it. Let me just close this and come down here. So why is this taking time to install? Why is this taking time to install? Close that. So, bad name color font of major field. What's going on? Let's see. So what I would do is, let me come down here. Let me clear the screen, and I'll say shell check. Maybe it's gonna help us with how to install it. Okay, so it says apt install shell check. Let's just use that. Apt install shell check. So we can try this to see if we can use it to install shell check. Maybe we should have just done this thing this morning. Okay, so okay, so this is still loading. This is taking too much time. Okay, I think we're good. So shell check. Okay, so I think we're good. So are we creating anything yet? So we need to create RSA pair key. Um, First click on Linux for Linux and let that load. So how do I set up SSH authentication key duplicate? So um, so you're using SSH connect. So all you need to do is just run probably SSH keygen dash T RSA. This would help you generate it definitely, and that's all you need. So you open the dash T RSA is optional to say okay we are generating the RSA type of um, what's it called SSH keygen. Let's just close this and copy this. And then let's close it. So you soon have to manage your own server concept page hosted on remote server. Like I told you, we need to set them up with your RSA key so that you can access them via SSH. Share your public key in your answer. So you have the public key in this answer and fill the SSH public key field in your intranet profile with the public key you generated. Keep the private key to yourself in a secure location. You will use it later to connect to your server. So we use it if you decide to add a paraphrase key. Make sure you save the paraphrase in a secure location. You will not be able to use the key without the paraphrase. The SSH and RSA key can be converted in depth can be covered in depth in later projects. So the first thing we want to do is say we are already in engineering DevOps, so we'll create this directory. So I'll copy this and make the directory, and then we'll seed into the directory. We're going to create a README file. So let me just echo this into readme.md, and then yes, we have that. So the next thing is we want to create the RSA keyboard. We want to put the public key here, right? So I'll just touch this file and then I would say I'll say ssh dash keygen dash trsa, telling I want to generate a RSA. Hey, I didn't press it very well. It's supposed to be keygen. Yeah, I think it should be something like this. So yeah, so it says generating public private key pairs. Enter file in which you want to save it. Should it be saved in the root .ssh IDRSA? Yes. So let's just continue because I don't want to say created that we want a passphrase. I don't want it. So let's just press continue. We enter it empty. So it says that your public key has been saved in. So we have the public key which ALX need from us is saved in rsa.pub, right? But the private key is going to be saved in .idrsa, not the .pub, right? So this is it. Your identification has been saved in root.rsa, and this is the public key, right? The key fingerprint is this, and then the key random image is this. So We have that. So now we can then go and copy that public key. So what we do is I'll cd into root, right? And then in my root we have uh, la. Then we'll be able to see the hidden files. Then I'll cd into the .ss ish. What's going on? Right, and then I'll list. So this is our private key, this is our public key. So I need this guy, so I can just cut whatever is inside. Let me just cut it so you can see how the public key is. The public key is safe to show to anyone, but the private key you have to keep it secure to yourself. So idrsa.pub, right? So this is the public key that we need. So I can just cut it and send it into my own directory alx system develops, and then ox04 and then what's the name of that file? Zero rsa public key. So I've cut it there, and then I will cd back into my alx ox04, and then I'm back there. So when we cut this zero now, we have our public key there, so we are good. So we've done this, so we still need the public key, so we'll cut this guy, right? I'll copy it. We need to put it on our profile on alx intranet. So I'll copy this, and then let me clear this. So I'll go to project. So meanwhile, let me just let me go to the profile. So scroll down to my profile. Then I will scroll down to this place, and then I will paste it. Did I paste the right thing? Let me see. Let me cut this. Cut 0. Root desktop. I don't know if this root desktop is supposed to be here. Let me see. CD back into where I'm coming from, and then cut. Let's see. Paste it. So cut idrsa.pub. So I think okay, root desktop is there. So we'll just paste it here back. So I think this is it. And then once you're done, you say save my information. And once you save that, we're good. You should save. The profile has been updated. Then we'll come here, and then we'll CD back to our working directory, and then I will git add everything, git commit, and SSA keygen, right? And git push. So we have that pushed already, and that's all we need to get started with that. So it says we're correct, and that's it. So move to the next task, and this one now has to do with the topic of the day. So write a bash script that displays best school 10 times. Requirement: you must use a for loop. You can't use while and until, and that's it. This script is showing best school 10 times. So remember this should be the first probably two heads of your stuff, the shebang description of what it does, and then they cut like the two, like the first two lines of your file, right? It should have this, and then once it's run, it should print best code 10 times. So the first line, the second line should be bash script in the comments, explain what it's doing. So we just copy this file and copy, and then I would put this here, and then let's copy this guy, and I'll paste it here. So I think we're good with this. So now we need to use a for loop, and so I can just say for we want to do something 10 times, right? So for, let's say I, for example, I'm just in, and then we'll have this square bracket, and then I would have just said probably in 1 2 3. So I could do that with these curly braces and say 1 to 10. I think 1 to 10 should be something like this, and then we'll have this, and then we'll say it should do, I can put this and put this. I think this is shell check coding style. Do echo, I could say it should echo what's that word, echo best code. So I could just save best code in a variable called var and call it best school, right? So it should echo this variable called var, and then what else, I'll use this to escape it, and then I'll say done. I think this should do. So for I in, it should echo, I think the best thing is this. Yes, this dash is because I'm not using the I in the command line, right? So this underscore would work, would fit more for that. Let me see what else. What else am I missing? I think we're good. I think we're good. So let's try this out first. I'll first chmod 7551, and then let's first execute. Okay, command can be found, so we'll vi into the one back and say okay for dash in 1 to 10 do. So this do, let me remove this echo, this guy over here, and this over here. I'm not sure that's compulsory, and then let me execute the command. So we have best 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this actually worked. So we still have to do shell check on that file, and it says we're good. So since it says we're good, let me cut it again so you can see. So we have our variable best school, and then I just said it should do echo var, right? I did none, and then for dash, because I'm not printing out whatever is here, so I'm just instead of for I in this, and I'm not using I, if I'm not using a variable, it's going to give me an error, right? Because I'm using shell check. So skipping that variable, because the I will be holding whatever one is at that point. So if I will be printing one, it would have been better, and I'll just be putting the $I instead. So for now, nothing, and then Let us git add it and git commit and say print best school times 10. That's 10 times, and then we'll push it. So I think that should work. Let's check it and see. So the next one would be, so we got it right. So the next one would be close, write a while best school loop. So write it that will display best school 10 times. So we have to display best school 10 times, but this time around we have to use the while loop, right? So what I will do is I will just copy whatever I have in 1 to 2, and then I'll just edit the for loop to be y. So what I'll do is I would cut 1 into 2, right? And then just change the mode of 2, 755 for 2, and then 2 is now executable. Then I will go back to 2 and I say 10 times. So we have to use the while loop. So this time around, what I'll do is I would say this is still this. I can then put I equals to I is equals to 0 at a point to keep track of whatever we're doing. So we can, since I now has a value, then I would say let's change this to while, and then for while loop we don't need to say while this is this. We just have to put a range kind of. So while the dollar I, that's whatever is in I, so we need to put a space in between these guys. That's a style that we need to do. So while 0 is less than, so less than is LT, is less than, we can now say, let's say 10. So if I use this, we could also say this one is 1, and while 1 is less than 11, so it's going to start from 1 to 10. We put space here as well, and then we'll say comma, and then we'll say you should do this, do echo var. So I would say open this too. So we want to echo this, and then we'll say we need to increment our I, if not we're going to have an infinite loop. So after it prints this, we need to make sure our I increases by 1, and what we'll do to do that is we'll have a arithmetic. For arithmetic we have to braces, and then we can say I plus plus in it, and then with that we'll be able to solve that for arithmetic. And I think that should be all. So let's do our shell check for 2. So it says couldn't pass the while loop, fixed to allow more checks. Let's see, what are we doing wrong? Oh, I think I pressed do twice. So let's check. So we have the do here, we have the do here. So let me just remove the do here. Okay, and let's see. Okay, I think that's why. So since we are good with shell check, let's see. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Are we correct? I think so. So let us git add 2 and git commit so I'll say best school. I wanted to say 10 times with 1, but anyway, then we check our code. So I think we're done. So we'll go to the next one. And the next one is write a bash script that displays best score 10 times as well. But now we need to use the until loop. For until loop is probably almost the same like the while loop. And what we'll do is we'll just copy whatever we have in 2, we'll paste it to 3, and we change the mode of 3 to executable. So we have it now, and then what we'll do next is I'll VI my 3. Didn't it paste? I thought it pasted. Copy 2 to 3. Didn't hit. Was there nothing more? Sorry. Yeah. So sorry, cats. Don't mind me. Um, let me just cut to be sure that it's still there. Okay. So let's cut 3 now. Is there? So we are at 3, and then so we have this already. So we'll just say until something, until is equal to now. We have to say until one in that variable 1, which is I, is equal to 11. So until it is equal to 11. So you should keep doing echo var, right, and then increment it so it is 1, and it's going to continue like that. So we'll just execute that 3, and I think we should still have that, and then check shell check 3, and we are good. So we'll git add it, and then commit, and then say until loop, and then we'll push it. Hey, sorry, it's not gonna work until we commit and then git push. Yeah, I know. Let's check again. So it worked now, and let's go to the next one. So the next one, number 4, says write a bash script that displays best school 10 times, but for the ninth iteration displays best school and then I on a new line. So it's going to, for the ninth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So after 9, we still have one more, and then we have this. Okay, so we have to use while and if statement, and then I think that's all. So all we do is I'll cut my 3, because we are using while is in 2, so let me cut 2 and paste it into 4. So I'll copy this and paste it here, and vi my 4. Okay, so there 10 times, and then let me add one more thing and says print I at the ninth time. I think that's good. Best school, and then we have a variable 2. So let's call that var2 equals to, I think think that's good. Sorry, that's good. So since we're using while loop, we still have this I as 1, or yeah, we could have it as 1. So we'll say while our I, that's while 1 is, we want to we can still say is not equal to, because it's not less than now, or we can still say less than to give us. Let's see. Let's try not equal to 11. As long as it is not equal to, once it is equal to 11, we should stop, or we could just say less than. While it is less than 11, we should do um we could say it should then do, and then let's remove this guy for now, and then, or let's return it. So we put do here, and then we'll say it should echo bar. But before that, we have to do something. So this will just print best school 10 times, but we've not for the ninth one. So we'll now have an if statement here. Then we'll say if there have to be space, if the answer, that's the ninth iteration, that's if I is now equal to the ninth equation, which is going to be 10. So to make it simpler, I think it's best to use 0 and use this one as 10, and then use this one as 9. So when it is equal to ninth iteration, when it is the ninth time, then we'll have this. For if, we use the then. Okay, then, and then we'll come down and we're under it. So we'll say it should echo whatever it is here, which is var2. It should echo $var2, and I think that's all. But we have to close the if statement. So to close it, that's why we're having a done red on red. So come down here. To close it, we'll write it in the reverse method, which is fi, and I think that should be done. I think we should be okay with that. So we'll ch mode 7554. So let us run 4. So let's see 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4. So let's see shell check 4, and we're good. So git add 4, git commit message, and say print school and the night time, and then I'll push it, and then we'll check our code. So I think we're good with that, and close it. So number 5, for bad luck, 8 is your chance. Write a bash script that loops from 1 to 10 and display bad luck at the 4th iteration, good luck at the 8th, and then best score for the other iteration. So we have to have at 4th and 8th. So we can use while, if, else if, and else statements. You must use all this. So we have to use if, else if, and else. Okay, anyway, so what we'll do is I would cut, since I'm using the while, let me cut what I have in 4, and I will paste it inside 8 index Chinese code triangle, 5 and 4 look. So I'll paste it here. Let me give a space here, and then I'll veer into my 5 4. So the first thing we need is the variable, normal variable. So we have variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. So let's call this variable 1, and that is going to be let's see, so 4th iteration bad luck, best school. So let's call variable 1 best school for now, and let's call this one, it's called bad luck, and then variable 3 should be equals to good luck. So we have the variable sets, and then we want to iterate 10 times, and then we have 0 to 10. Then as far as it is less than, we should do this. So if if we can say if the first one is equal to, so at the third guy, right? So it should echo, so it should echo backlog is var 2, we are right. And we come down in that. So else if dollar, hey, my light is off. Let me turn on my touch light. Very nice. Okay, so we say if I is equal to, we want to do for good luck, is equal to, good luck is at the 8, so I think this should be 8 space, right? And then sorry, and then we should print echo var 3, var 3, right? And then it should else, we have to use else as well. So else it should just echo else it should just echo var 1, right? Variable 1, and then fi to close it, and then we don't need this anymore, and then we'll just increment it, and then we're done. And then let's check ch mode for 5, sorry, 75545, and then let us run 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, is it in the 9? We still have to, so we made one mistake here, so 5, just need to reduce this one to 7. Yeah, it's supposed to be 7, sorry, because this one is the 4th and it's 3, so this one should be 7. So when we run it now, I think we're good. So let us do shell check on the 5th one, and we're good. And then git add it, git commit, and then we say 5, and sorry, and then we'll git push it. So we'll check our code to see if it's correct. Number 6, so it's correct, and then we'll go to the next one. Let's copy the file name. pi into c. So write a script that displays number of, so I'm supposed to even copy that first. So let us copy cat 5 into 6 okay, good. And then let us change the mode of 6 already, change the mode to 7556, right? And then what should we do next? So write a bash script that displays number from 1 to 20, and so we are displaying number. So vi into our 6, double D to double D. Let's remove these 2 lines and add our own, and say display number from 1 to 20. Display number from 1 to 20, and then we can display these guys too. Let me see if it's gonna work. Okay, good. So we'll just add this to it. I'll add this to it, and I'll add this to it. So I think we're good. So uh it's going to display 1 to 20, right? And then we're going to have is the fourth, and then display 4, and then bad luck from China. So I would click variable 1 would then be what? Bad luck from China. Bad luck from China. So this I would paste it here, and then variable 2 will be what? Bad luck from Japan. I will just paste that and return this to Japan, or let me just copy it and paste it. And then the last one is bad luck from Italy. So this one would be bad luck from Italy. So Italy, and then we're still gonna have our, what's it called? We're still gonna have a variable because we're using the while loop, right? So I equals to 0. So we'll say while I is less than 20. So because we want it to go 20 times, then it should do this. Then it said we have to use the case statement, so we are not using if now. So since we're using case is written in another form. So we'll just need to delete this guy. So for the D, and I think we are done. So this, we still need the I to increment and the done to be there, so we'll leave that there, and then we'll go into a new line. So now we'll say case. In case would say case will collect first parameter for, so 0 in, and then we'll say when it is 4 at the fourth iteration, right? So when it is 4, it should echo what's that? It should echo $sign I. It should echo 4. It should echo 4, and it should then echo var1. Okay, I think we're good with that. And then when it is 9 at the night, and then we'll have 17, it should do the same thing, echo whatever is there, echo the I, and it should also echo var2, right? And then we'll have the 17. So for this, while we haven't read for the 9, we are supposed to put a 2 semicolon here, and 2 semicolon here, to show that we're done with that statement. So for this one, when it's at the 17, we should echo $sign hi, and we should echo var3, and then 2 guys. So the default will now be this star. For any other guy coming, you should just echo the $sign I. So we can have that like that, and then we still have to put this. So to end case, we just spell case in reverse mode, which is CASE, which is CASE. Okay, so I think that should be all for now. Yep, I think that should be all. This, I don't know, I think I can still move it here, and CH mode, have I changed the mode already? Okay, so let us see. 6. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 17, 17, so 19. Do we have 20? We don't have 20. Oh, we have 20 here, so I don't have 20, so I have to increase it. So VI into 6, and I will increase this to 21, right? Is less than, is equal to, is less than 21. Wait, we're supposed to have more than 20. It means, okay, from 1 to 20, so it has to start from 1 and 21. I think that's it. So the previous one wasn't, it was starting from 0. So I think that's the reason. So it's supposed to start from 1, like we have here, and to 20. So that's what's wrong. So shell check 6. So we have some couple of errors. Bad luck from China, bad luck from Japan, bad luck. So what do we do here? So VI 6, bad luck from China. I think this is bad luck kind of. So let's see what are we doing wrong. Even we could leave it like this. We could, yeah. I think we're still kind of. Let me see. Could it be that? No, it's not. Battery appear unused. Oh, am I not using battery? Oh. No, but okay. I didn't put the dollar sign here, so I think that's why. So we're supposed to put dollar. So I think we should be good like this. Yeah, we're good. And then let's check again. I think we're good, yeah. So git add. So let's check. So are we good? Yes, we're good. So we go to the next one, which is number 7. And oh wow, this is long. So 7 o'clock. So I'll just cut, I think that should be 4 or 5. Let me just cut 2 into 7 o'clock and see what we're told to do. Let me change the mode of 7 o'clock and VI 7 o'clock. So what are we told to do? So write a bash script that displays the times for 12 hours and 59 minutes. Display hours from 0 to 12, display minutes from. So we're supposed to have hours 0, and then the minutes is going to be 59, hour 1, 59. So it's going to continue like that. So first 70, this one printed first 70, but we are supposed to write a bash script that print for 12 hours and 59 minutes. Displays hours 0 to 12, display minutes 1 to 59. You have to use the while loop, and then know that this example will only display the first 20. So we have something much more larger than that. So the first thing I want to do is a bash script that. So let me just copy this and copy this, guys, and copy this and delete this and write my she and then paste that. Okay, so we can delete this and then go to home, paste that, paste that. Okay, so we're good. Give it a space here and say we'll be displaying our dots, right? So we'll be displaying our So I'll just move this and save the variable as r, and then we want to iterate probably 20 times, so let's or as many time as possible, or we want to iterate 13 times because 12 times because 13 times 0 to 12, so we want to go through 13 times. So we say while and that's going to be our hour. So let me just give this one as h. So while our h, which is less than 13, so it's going to go 0 to 12, and or it's not equal to, yeah, it's less than 13. So we can say it should do something, and what should it do? It should echo the variable, which is hour, and put this, and it should echo that, and space. Is there a space? Yes, there's a space. And it should, for the space, I can just do this and space this and say whatever this is, $h. So I'm saying it should echo, it's going to echo whatever this is, which is going to be hour dot dot, and then there's a, and that's all for this, and then there's a space in between them, and it's going to echo the hour, so it's going to echo 0. So under this we now have to do a 1 to 59 kind of loop. So what we'll do then is we'll end this, and then we'll create a new variable. So let's say this one is the seconds, and then we'll say equals to 1, because we want to start from 1, and then we can have another while loop here. So while this, what is the second? While second $sign, so there's space here, second is less than 60. While it is less than 60, so let us here, then it should do echo whatever it is, whatever the seconds is, $s, and then we need to increment s itself so that we get to 59. So s plus plus, and then we can have done under it, right? We can have done for that, and then yeah, I think we're good this way. So let us run the 7. I think I've changed 7 to executable. So we have 0 is up to 59. You know what? Let me interrupt it. I've interrupted. So instead of running that, I'll just pipe it with add 70 as well. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to put -n. Okay, so we still have 259. I think we're good. So let's do shell check for 7. I think we're good. So git add 7, git commit, and let's check. So let's see if that works. While this one is loading, could we start the next one? While this one is loading, let's start the next one. The next one says 84ls. So I'll copy this, and then, sorry, I'm supposed to just cut the 2 into 8, so it makes it simpler. And then let me check this guy again. Are you still checking? Okay, still checking. Okay, so we have a failure. A failure. Uh, what could be the error? So let us check again. 7, 7 o'clock. So we have our hour. We have our wow. This is juice. I don't know if it got up to 0, 13 is less than there echo this. I think we're good. Okay, this one should be H plus plus, not I plus plus. So I think that might be the issue. Yeah, that should be the issue. So git add again. Git comment message 7. Git push. And I think because this one is a long loop, that's why it's taking time to check what the output is and compare it. So it worked now, and that's the issue. So we go to the next one, which is number 8, and we started already. So I'll VI into it, a bash script that displays the content of the current directory. So we want to see the content. We could just do ls, right? In a file format, where only part of the name after the first dash is displayed. Okay. So let's remove this one and add an empty space here. And then okay, so give me a minute. Okay guys, sorry for that. I had to quickly attend to something. Alright, so back to the work. Then we'll have this, the content of the current directory. So write a bash script that displays the content of the current directory in a list format where only the part of the name after the first dash is displayed. So let's go to that. Then we will say what are we doing here? So to say let's, so you must use the for loop and you cannot display hidden files. Okay, so we'll say this, let's create a guy called list, and then list would hold let's say our ls. So ls will contain all the list of the file. So lists originally contains the data in the files. Then because we are using for loop, then let me remove this guy and put a space here, and I'll say for I in, then I would open my guy, or I can say for I in then list, right? Because list has everything, right? Then I will say command do, and then our command. So let me remove this guy and this guy, and done will still be there. Then we do, and then the command will be here. So what do we need to do now? We need to display each file, but we need to streamline what we are displaying. So first we need to echo, which is this what um, that guy is holding, which will be the file. But now we need to use the cut command to cut away. So we need to now d and underscore. So we use the cut and set a delimiter. Anytime we see an underscore, it should give us the second one, right? Let's see. So I think this is what we need. So let me come here and super boss. So let me see. The next reading 100 read cut 100. So the first two. So when we list it here, we have all these guys, and when we execute this, we only have the read and cut. So read and cut tell. So all these 100 dash, all these dashes. So this one is not underscore, it's dash actually. So it's going to cut based on the first dash it sees in the next, and yeah, I think that's the main point. 3 dash becomes until, yeah. So all these dashes being cut away. So cut away that, and then the remaining ones are doing display. So I think that should be it. And check shell check 8, right? I think I'm 8, yes. So chmod 7558. So or say pop. We don't have any dash, do we? ls. Okay, so all the one dash has been removed. So we have, so I think it's working. So we git add it, and then I'll say 8 field push, and then we'll run our checker to check. We'll run our checker to check. So it worked, and let's go to the next one. To file or not to file. Write a battery that gives you information about a school file. So I think this is very easy. It's part of one of the resources being shared. So you must use the if else and cases forbidding. Your bash script should check if the file exists and print if the file exists. So file exists, that should be e and dash I think dash a could be used if the file exists. If the file is not empty, we have dash, that should be dash I wrote them down somewhere. If it's not empty, we'll get to it and then we'll know the file is not a regular file. Alright, so to do this one, what we do is we get the file name. So this one is talking about file 9 copy. So we'll cut I think that should be 4 and cut it into this. So we need that, and then I would say I'll remove that, and then I'll paste this. So let's just paste this here. A brief description. Okay, good. So the next thing we'll do is we'll say remove that I, and then I would say I equals to, let's say, school, because we need school. Your file must use the right browser that gives you information about the school file. Okay, so you must use if else case. Your bash script should check if the file exists and print. If the file exists, school print. So we check we'll start checking now. If the file exists, so we'll say if file exists should be dash e. So we'll say if dash e, and then the file school, that's the name of the file, exists, then you should do what? Then would be for if statement. So this one would be if the file exists, then you should do something. Then you should echo the file name, school file exists. So we should echo dash I, and then file exists, right? Exists. Then we can should we put this file exists? Then if I'm doing this, then I'll remove this. I think this is better, or we could just remove this and put this down. Anyway, so that's that. If the file does not exist, use the school file does not exist, so we'll use else if, right? Yeah, so if the file exists, then school file. If the file does not exist, so we'll come into it if the file does not exist. I think that should be dash f. It does not zero size. That's if it is zero sized. S is actually zero size. I don't know if that should be does not exist, but we could manage that one and see. But we have to give a space here. If dash s dollar I, that's if the file does not exist, and then command, then what should we do? We should echo, and then we'll echo dollar I that file is not empty, or file does not exist. Does not exist. Not exist. For this one, I think the best way is, let me remove these guys, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. So if it doesn't exist, so that should be, I think this one should be else. And then we don't need this. So if the file exists, it should say file exists, else it doesn't exist. I think that should be it. And then if the file exists, print if the file is empty. So we now need to, so we just need these two, file exists or file doesn't exist. So it is when it now exists, then when it exists, that's when we say if it is empty. So how do we know if it is empty? So to know if it is empty, that's when we use the dash s, because the size will be small. So for that, it will have no size rather. Then we'll say I, and then we'll say space before, yeah, and then comma, and then we'll say that it should echo that the file, this file school file is empty. Okay, I think that's it. And if the file is not empty, then school is not empty. So if I can use not in that particular part, or I could just say else. Here and say echo $I file is not empty. I could also, if it is a regular file, school is a regular file, so we have another if statement. If for regular file we have dash f, so dash f $, I, comma, then echo school is a regular file. If the file is not regular file, do nothing. So I think that's all since we are doing nothing. So we'll then say I'm doing nothing. So I'll end that by saying fi. I'll end that. I'll end this by saying fi, and I'll end this else by saying fi. So I'll end those ones, and let me give this one space, and then I think we're good. So let me first use shell check to verify. Is it number 8 or number 9? Okay, I think we're good with that. So let's see number 9. School file does not exist. So let us create a file called school, touch school, and then let's execute it. You see, file is not empty. How is it not empty? ls-l. Let's see if for school, is school having a byte? It's 0 byte. Why is it not empty? Why is it not empty? It's supposed to be empty. It's a regular file. Yes, it's not empty. This is not empty. It's wrong. It's supposed to be empty. If dash s dash s should be if it's not 0. Dash s so is not empty. I think it should be is not empty, and this one should be is empty. So good. Yes, it's a regular file. So if I echo yes into school now, and then I rerun the command, is not empty now. Okay, good. So now let's execute add 9. Let me remove school, and then git commit test or 9. So I had so many distractions, and then I'll git push. Okay, so that's it, and then we'll go to the next one. Let's see. Okay, we had some errors here, just two. Output. I knew we are gonna have the output issue. So let's check again. While school the file exists, so we just need to check the spellings. If this then echo file is not empty, else file is empty, fi, and then if dash s, then echo is a regular file, and then fi, and then echo file does not exist. Okay, let me see. I think it is echoing everything at the same time. Okay, I think that's the way it's supposed to be. File exists, file is empty, file is regular file, get into here. File is empty, file is regular, remove school, make directory, school, file is empty. So I don't know what is wrong here now. What could be wrong? What could be wrong? Our shell check. If shell check is never right, I think everything would be red. And I think it might just be spelling or something. So let's just carefully check because I can't use the correction to check right now. School E dash E, and then echo dollar file exists, and then if dash s, then echo file is not empty, and then else echo file is empty, and then fi, and then if dash f, then is irregular. I hope I spelled my regular very well. This regular, is it spelled well? Regular. I think this might be the issue. Anyway, let's git add the 9, git commit test. Might just be that, but let's check. So you see, it's just that. So let's go to the next one. Add a bash script that displays number from 1 to 100. So Fizzbuzz. Okay, I think this should be interesting. Let's think. So what are we supposed to use? Are we supposed to use while loop in this format? Okay, so we are not given what to use. So I think that would be nice. So I'll let's cut 2 into 10. I'll change the mode for 10 and VI 10. So for this one, I can use a for loop instead. Then I can say D. Okay, I need to remove this as well and put S to this. Okay, so edit this requirement. This and this. So these are all the requirements, and so that's all. So we then say for I in, and then we'll have our range 1 to 100. So we want to print from 1 to 100. So we'll have this for I in 1 to 100, and then we want to do something. What do we want to do? We'll say if. So we want to print Fizzbuzz. Fizzbuzz when the number is a multiple of 3 and 5. Fizz when the number is 3 and buzz when the number is 5. Otherwise, it's the number. So if we use the modulo method, because of that's arithmetic, we have to use double open brackets. So if not, right? So if it is not a multiple of 3 and 5 will be 15. So you can just say if I, right, if I modulo, that is 1 modulo 15, that is not multiple of 3 and 5. If it is not multiple of 3 and 5, then if it is, then if it is when the number is a multiple of 3 and 5. So I think it should just be if it is this, then it should just echo. It should echo Fizzbuzz. Fizzbuzz. Let's try that. If it is if I is modulo this, then it should echo this, right? Then sorry, else if will be else if it is a multiple of 3, I modulo 3, then you should echo fees. And then else if it is multiple of 5, right? Then we should echo bus else. Now else we should echo whatever is in the number, right? And then we will say done. No, four will be done, but before that we need to end the if, so we'll end it to say fi. Okay, and then shell check 10. Okay, echo this double quote, so I have to put it in double quotes. So that worked, and let's try our 10. So it actually worked, but I think we have to now put the, I see why I'm supposed to put, I remember I used not equal to, so we have if not. I can't remember why I used this not, but I think it must have been in the syntax. So if not this, and if not see. So let us see this. So it starts with 1 2 fees for buzz. Fees buzz will be 15, which is multiple of 3 and 5, and 30 will be fees buzz. Okay, I think we go this way. And so let us let us shell check as well. That checked. Okay, let us git add everything for now, git commit, and then let's push it. So let us see if they're correct. So we have some errors. We have one error. Once it's output error, so let us check again. Then fees buzz. So let us see for I in range 1 to 100. Do this. So if I is modulo 15, then echo fees buzz. The fees buzz is fees and the buzz is capital letter. So I think that is why we have this issue. 1 2 3 4. So let's just check again. So that is why. So we go and write a bash script that displays the content of etc password. The script should only display user name, user ID, home directory path for the user. You must use the while loop for while loop, so we need to use a while loop for this. Anyway, 100 read and cut. So I think we're going to be using the cut command here. So I will cut the 2 and pass it into 100 read and cut. I will change the mode of 100 read and cut to this, and then I'll vi 100 read and cut. Because I don't need this, I would do this, and then I would put space here. So right, a bash script that displays this. So just copy this and paste this, and then let me remove this two for now. So and then I'll remove this one for now. So we will have a statement like this. This is a correct value. So now so we want to use, so we have to use this read command, and read would read whatever is coming inside. So from our command line, so while this, write a bash script that display the content of its password. So we say while the read, that is the external stuff, is coming, dash r, and we have password. Okay, while this, I'm gonna do something. So I'll remove this do over here, and I'll say you should echo password. So while this, so we are giving whatever is passed read to password, then you should do this. So while read dash r password, echo password, but the password we need to pipe it and cut dash d delimiter. We'll set a delimiter that every time we see this it should print out the first, the third, and the sixth. So I think that's how this is done, and then we'll redirect etc password to it. etc/password. So I think that's all. So now we are passing etc password to it, and then we are using the content of this file to display echo something. So write a bash script that display the content of this. So once we display the content of this, but your script should only display the username, user ID, and home directory. So we just want to display these three things, and these three things, if you check the etc password, so if I what is that we do? Okay, I'm trying to redo this thing, but anyway, I'll redirect etc password. I think that's all. So write a bash script that display the content of the file for the language. So to make a password. So yeah, so this is what we need to do, and going forward, what we're gonna do is I wanted to show you something. So I'll say cat etc password. So you can see we have the, so we just need to display the username, user ID. So username will be the first one, user ID will be 1 2 3, and then part 4 5 6. So this is the sixth one. So that's what we need to do. So if we cast the 100, then we see that we are echoing the password, right? We are reading whatever is coming in, which is this file, and want it as password, and we are echoing this, and then we set a delimiter as this, so every time it sees this, it picks the first one, the third one, and displays it. Okay, so sorry, I think that's that, and we can run the 100, right? Have I created it? Yeah. What's going on? This thing has frozen. God, anyway, did I shall check 100? Okay, let us see. Git add and git commit. And then git push. So let us check if this is right. I think they gave us example, so you know which one is which one. So the first cut it's a password. They saw all those things, and then I did execute it. Let me see if this thing checked. So it checked, and we're right. So I just wanted to see to show you guys. So here we have root 0 root. So I think that will be the first one, which is this root and 0 and root. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's the sixth one. So it's been used. As you can see, we have the dash root here. Anyway, that's by the way, and let's continue because we still have a long way to go. So now, tell the story of password, and this is much. Okay, we have 3 left, and 1, 2, 3. So let's copy this. 100, tell the story of password. So 100, 101 rather, tell the story of password. I'll cut my 2 into this 101. I'll vi 101, and then I'll delete this. I'll delete the rest as well. I'll delete the rest, and then I would create this. Then I'll page up a bit. Okay. So you understand, you need to understand the etc password, what is being saved inside IFS, International Field Separator. So IFS is used to separate fields. So instead of using quotes, you can use IFS, and then you need to know what is inside etc password. So we'll be doing almost the same thing as we did earlier. Has already been covered in a previous project, and you should be familiar with it. Today we will make up a story based on it. Write a bash script that display the contents of the file. It's using the while loop plus IFS. So this is what we want to do. So I'll paste that here, and then now we want to use the while loop and IFS. Okay, IFS will take a delimiter, and we'll set it as this. Let's use this as the delimiter, and then we're going to still read from something and R, and then we'll say we want the F1, the F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, and then do. So we want to do this, and then by the time we're done, we'll say done, and then we want to pipe in the file etc password. That is what is going to be read, and then we will put this in quotes, and then echo. So what do we want to echo now? So it should do echo. So we want to echo some things, and then that's it. So echo. So this is the format of what we want to echo. So let me just paste that there. Okay, so the user, so we need to replace all this username, group ID with this F1 and all. So so we're using IFS, which is almost like quotes, and then we are using based on this, right? It should cut out whatever we have in etc password. So etc password, the username will be the first one, which is F1. So we'd come here and say you should replace it with F1. So $sign F1, and then the group ID will be the F2, or it should be the F4. Yeah, I think group ID is F4. So we'll take a look at them and see F4, and then we'll have our F6, which is the home directory, which we did in the previous one. That should be F6 because we have 7 column, remember? And then command shell should be F7. That's the command shell. Dot user, and that should be F3. And then IDs, I don't think that's wait. Write command shell full stop user IDs. So the user IDs will be together F3s. I think that should be it. F3s. Place in a protected secure password. So the password password should be F2, I guess. And then more info, user info. So this one should be user ID should be F5. User ID info should be F5, everything. F5. So we have the F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. Okay, so we can have them here. We have them here. So the F1 is the username, and it's protected by F4 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, protected by the root, and F6, where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Root 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, F6, F7 would be this. So all these are part of what you've done in etc password, understanding it. If you don't understand etc password, you can come to this and read on it. Okay, so read on that and then it will tell you more about etc password. So I think this is basically what we want to do, and let us check. chmod 755.101 and shell 101 with add with commit let's hope it works. So it worked, and yeah, because of time, let's go to the next one. Let's pass Apache logs. Apache is among the most popular web server in the world. So Apache is a web server serving 50% of all active websites. No doubt that you have to interact with it in your career as a full stack engineer. You have to master the art of parsing log files. Today we will do a simple parsing of Apache log files. Today, the customer support department reported that a user reported that the site is being bolded, not being a detailed description. You want to have a look at the Apache log and gather data from the traffic. Write a bash script that displays the visitor's IP along with the IP HTTP status code from the Apache log. So you want to get the visitor's IP and their status, the status code, like if it is failing, if it was successful, you want to get everything. So okay, I think this one talks about the status code. So let us close it for now. And then requirements, you have to have this format: IP, HTTP code in a list format. You must use awk command. Awk command, you can man awk to see how it's being used. And I think that's pretty it. So we can man awk, and then we'll see it. And then you're not allowed to use the while loop. Download the commit Apache log file. You can download and see the Apache log files here. Check it. So while that is downloading, this is loading as well. So man, pattern scanning and processing languages. So it's a graphical GNU project implementation for programming. So we have that, and okay, so this one has opened. I don't know if I should open the log file here. For me to see. This is it. So this is the log file we want to see. So these are the IP addresses. So the IP addresses is here, and the status code. This is it here, I guess. Yeah, this is it. This 200 over here. So this is like after 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you use 5, let me see. So if we use this, should we use dash or should we use slash? If it is slash, we'll be using let's see the variables: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. 7, 8, 9. So the first and the ninth element, that's what we need. So we can use awk to actually access this, and saying okay, with the awk command we can say awk, and let's see some options that awk give us. I think we can print with awk. Trying to see. Okay, anyway, let's see. I think I've used that before. So what we'll do is we'll copy this. And cut 2 into this, and vi102, remove this, and then we'll write this. Okay, so what we do then is we say awk, and then I want to use awk on a file called apache access.log. And what do I want to do? I want awk to print the first and the ninth. So I'll just say print the first, and then a space, and then the ninth, which which is the status code. So I think that's it. And if you look at it, IP is based on the status code. So say chmod 755.102, and then shell check 102, and then git add 102, git commit. So push that and check it. So that's it. Let's man awk again. Just want to remember some syntax. Pattern scanning and process language and processing language and language processor. Let's see while this one is running. Okay, we have an error to fix. Okay, we have some errors to fix. Anyway, let's see. Q. Let's see. So VI 102. IP addresses. Maybe this. Print IP and status code from a log. Okay, and then awk. We have to print the first and the last from Apache. Access. My access is having 3C. So I'm gonna push and do this. So let us man awk again. So let's see. I think that's working, and we'll be left with the last one. So just man awk, check how it works, and don't let me delay. So let's go to the last but not the least. So this is dig the data. Using what you did in the previous exercise, write a bash script that groups visitors by IP and HTTP status code. So it's going to be IP, HTTP status code, and display this data, the exact correct format, occurrence number. So how many times the IP occurred here, and then we have this and status code, just like we did before. Order from the greatest to the highest number of occurrence. You have to use awk. You're not allowed to use this. So what we do is, so we need to know that awk properly. So I'll just cut 102 into 103, I guess. So I'll copy 103, dig the data, and then I'll VI 103, and then status code from a number of occurrence and occurrence number ascending order. So we say awk print the first and then last one, and then we want to do occurrence. So what we'll do is just say we should sort the answer based on its uniqueness -c, and you should sort rn. So we use the sort based on ascending order. So I think that should work. And chmod 103, chmod 755.103, and the shell check 103, git add commit, and then I'll push it, and let's check our code. So So we have an issue. Oh, git push, then git push. So it worked, and that's all. So we just need to check the all command and see how the sort work. And this is the last one I did. Sorry, cat 103. So we need to understand how sort unique work and then see the options for unique and sort. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.